celebrate this important thing?
Well, it is an important, not just for one day, but a wonderful lifestyle. Thinking about caring not only about the world's oceans, but everything that lives on this planet Earth. Anybody know what this is before it gets nibbled away?
What's that in your hand? Squid. Looks like you've got some squid there.
Yeah, and here's a senorita fish nibbling at one of the tentacles. Any other name for squid?
What else do you call squid? Anybody know? Calamari. We've got a lot of seafood lovers here.
I've always wondered, what's the difference, Susan, between squid and calamari? Do you know?
I do know the answer to that. It's usually about $6 or $7 a pound.
That's right. I've heard the same thing. And I just want to turn to the underwater camera and say hello to everyone checking in on the internet this morning from around the world, taking a look at World's Oceans Day as we gather here in the Kelp Forest in the Monterey Aquarium. So if you're looking online, welcome.
All right, so what else is on the menu for our animals today? Well, it looks like that giant kelpfish just stole that whole piece of squid and is swimming away with a lot of other fish chasing after it. Did you see the size of the mouth on that giant kelpfish? It has no hope whatsoever of swallowing that squid. It's like a to-go bag. All right, so what else do you have for our fish to eat today?
I think the marine biologists here have done a great job replicating what these animals that are found out here in Monterey Bay love to eat. So squid is surely one of those big things. Pieces of shrimp and anchovy and sardine, all the things that are normally found out here, except this. And this is quite small, so I don't know if you can see it. But this is made up. Anybody take a multivitamin at home?
Anybody take vitamins at home? Yeah, quite a few people do.
Well, our marine biologists have concocted a gelatin-like additive just to supplement a little bit of the food they're getting.
So that's not a box fish?
Yeah, that's not a box.
Sorry, it was so obvious. I had to go
That
there.
was good, Susan. But no, I think the marine biologists have done a great job keeping this exhibit and all our exhibits so healthy. So, and the food that we're feeding here is restaurant quality. We don't skimp it all. So thank you for buying your ticket and joining us here today for that. And we also have some additional food I didn't bring down. And Justin's my dive safety officer. Justin, are you listening in?
Oh, of course I am. How's it going right now?
Oh, just great. You've got some additional food that those fish that like to live near the surface love to eat. What do you have up there for them?
I have what's called krill up here. Krill are like little tiny shrimp, and they're about ½ an inch long in this bucket. We're going to start to sprinkle them in from the surface, and it'll kind of look like a snow globe.
All right, so if you look towards the top of the exhibit, you're going to see kind of a pink cloud form near the surface. Oh, and Kim, are you feeding a shark?
Oh, this is just a regular fish. Are there sharks in here?
Did I not send you that memo?
Let me look around. Oh, this is the leopard shark. They're found up and down the west coast here, growing about 6 feet in length. But look how small their mouth is. And you don't seem to be really hungry today, but absolutely a beautiful fish, flat at the bottom, and play a very important role of making sure the bottom of the ocean kind of stays clean. Anything that gets down there, they love to eat. Now, Hollywood's done a great job. How many would be fearful about swimming with the shark? Anybody scared about
So
swimming
who would
with
be
the shark?
scared of swimming with sharks? Actually, a lot of people in the audience.
Well, Hollywood's convinced you that these are scary animals, but Susan, you and I have learned that they played a very important role. And there's about 400 varieties of shark in the world. Only about 6 have ever attacked human beings. And usually it's a mistaken identity.
That's right.
They don't look for us, really. And it's one of those things, but I think the sharks have a lot more to be worried about us.
Absolutely. There's over 100 million sharks are killed every year. And usually it's on accident, they're fishing nets, or they're caught for their fins, and then the animals just tossed back into the ocean. So it's something that we're doing here at the aquarium to try to prevent that. We've actually sponsored a bill to prevent the sale or trade of shark fins in California, and I think it's just passed the assembly. So we're very proud of that. So thank you to everybody who's helping support that bill.
I did not know that. Thank you for sharing that. And I think it just takes a little bit of changing of our behavior, whether it's how we fish or maybe our dietary or culinary desires. And to kill a species on Earth 100 million a year is just unacceptable, I think.
It's very disappointing to hear that, and that's why the aquarium puts out Seafood Watch Guide. Has anybody picked up one of these today? With World Oceans Day, probably everybody has one, but this offers some recommendations regarding seafood. And the shark is on here. Does anybody know where shark is on the Seafood Watch card? On the red side, because we recommend avoiding eating shark. So all of the animals, or all of the food that we're giving our fish here, comes from the green side, good, sustainable types of seafood. And if you have a smartphone, you can also download an app, and you can have up-to-date information regarding the Seafood Watch card. I think the shark liked the squid that time. It wasn't fond of the clam before.
And I was thinking about our people online, or maybe if you don't get one of these today, or like an updated version in a couple of weeks, if you go on our website, they can also download it from there, can't they?
Yes, they can go to our website, montereybayaquarium.org. I have some of our West Coast Seafood Watch guides, as well as our sushi guide, if you'd like one after the program. You try to keep a Seafood Watch guide with you all the time, don't you, Kim?
Yes, absolutely, and I've handed it out. I live up in San Francisco, and it's an honor to, if I go to a restaurant, I found some restaurants that actually have it on the table now, and they're trying to follow that. And so that's just a small change in how we're fishing it. Somebody said that Atlantic salmon is on that list in an unusual spot because it's their farm, but the reality is it's not a healthy way to farm.
That's right. Just because the type of fish is farmed doesn't necessarily make it good or bad, so there's more information necessary. But in particular, the Atlantic farm salmon, we recommend avoiding that type of salmon, but a good choice is the wild Pacific salmon, especially Alaskan salmon. They're sustainably caught because they're good, healthy populations. So we recommend that as an alternative. But you've got a shark in your face, Kim.
Beautiful animal, isn't it?
Now, since you're wearing some special equipment today, perhaps you'd like to tell us a little bit about what you are wearing. I know most divers aren't able to talk to people when they're underwater.
Yeah, I think people are getting custom on Discovery Channel or National Geographic. I'm wearing a special mask. This is a new one that the aquarium's just purchased. It's made by Guardian, but it's like a mask that incorporates a face mask and a regulator and a small microphone. And through the umbilical cord is actually where I'm getting my communications and air supply. Susan, you might have noticed the small tank I have in the back filled with regular air. And that's really just for emergencies. If something would happen to my dive safety oxygen adjusted or some other mechanical failure, I would have plenty of air to get to the surface. So I've got a weight belt in my fins, and I'm wearing my dry suit today. So it's pretty normal dive gear, and it's a little cloudier, or I should say, not as clear here in the exhibit as it usually is. But to be reality, this is what it usually looks like in Monterey Bay. And if we get 10 to 12 feet visibility, we're very happy. But Susan, there's not a dive that I do in Monterey Bay that I don't see something that doesn't belong there. And you and I know what this is, but for the kids here, if we were a mola, a sunfish or a green sea turtle, we love to eat something that looks like this. What do you think they might confuse us to be?
So what does that look like to you if you were swimming underwater? It looks like a jellyfish, Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. And Susan, what happens to an animal that might ingest or eat this underwater?
Well, if an animal eats a plastic bag, it can cause a lot of problems. So what do you think it would do? It could choke. Some of that plastic would get caught in its stomach. The animal might feel full and not eat any additional food. Or it could cause some problems with its internal organs. And the animal could end up dying because it's eating the plastics that's in the ocean. So what can we do to prevent that from happening? What's one easy thing we can do? Not pollute the oceans. If you see a plastic bag or trash, just pick it up and put it in the garbage. Prevent it from washing out to sea. What's one thing that you do, Kim?
Well, one of the things I'm concerned about is what we put down in our storm drains. I noticed the other day that my car was dripping a little fluid. I wasn't sure if it was oil or transmission fluid, but I knew that if that went into our storm drains, that wouldn't be good for our ocean. So take care of our automobiles and do things like that. That's really an important role. I was thinking that